Yes, Jackson, bit of a foodie, strange guy. Uh, but he guides you and helps to ensure that advises you that you want to go to the Inn of the Red Sun. You want to advise your friends to go there as well, because the owner is an Ishu, who is a sort of a native fairy, who is friendly to outlanders and generally has decent rooms, and you're less likely to get your head bashed in while you sleep.
That sounds very good.
Okay. So that's kind of where I'm nudging you all to kind of start y'all's scene. I'm going to run through Aaron's scene real quick. Aaron, you are taken along the secret pathways of the cats to a rather big and ancient temple. It looks to be abandoned. There are statues of beings with the heads of humanoid beings with the heads of cats here. And various strange and ancient glyphs. And seated upon a throne, curled up, is a big black house cat with golden eyes. And she looks at you and goes, "You're the cat shifter?"
Yes.
I am Siva. Thank you. I am the eldest of the cats here in Ulthar. I welcome you to our city. What is your business here?
Oh, so, okay, Aaron doesn't know if they should say everything. I just be like, we're just kind of here. I don't know which one. Aaron's just gonna be like, we're just kind of here, going around.
Do you intend to go south into the desert?
Yes. Sorry, I don't remember fully.
Yes, you do.
Yes, okay. Yes.
If you go south of the river, you must be very careful. The land there is inhabited by old powers, ancient things whose names are not known.
Aaron's just like nodding their head. It's like, like, okay. Wishing that they can write it down somewhere, but they're a cat right now.
Yes.
So they can't.
Do be careful. They will seek to reach into you should you touch them. You will know them by the cold that exudes from their bodies, from the stone blocks.
But what do you mean as in into?
They will seek to take you over and wear your skin and use your power to work their will in their dreams in this world.
Oh, I see.
Within the city, your friends and their dreams will be safe. On this side of the river, their power cannot reach. Old things cannot pass over water of sufficient depth. But when you go south, your dreams will be haunted. Dreaming will be dangerous.
Huh. That was in characters. Huh.
I love how he's the one who's getting the information, the one that can't communicate well.
That's probably the point.
Actually, it wasn't the point. You just happen to be the only one cats will actually speak to.
I almost wanted
Cats
to.
feel that changelings are a young upstart race. Humans are useful but not very smart. They believe that that dragons and their kin are silly beasts altogether. And that fairies generally tend not to be responsible.
Jory's just holding up two middle fingers.
This creature, on the other hand, does have at least the partial sense of a feline.
Okay, that's true.
All right, so after that, you're led around. Siva leads you around to various houses where you sample all sorts of different, very fine foods and fishes that have been left out for the cats.
Aaron is very happy.
Yes. Suddenly, looking around and seeing all the cats that are following you, you come to realize there's a saying you heard Southerners use, that you didn't have a mouse's chance. You're starting to understand where that saying comes from.
Okay.
So after you've had about your 13th or 14th saucer of cream,
God.
you are a very, very full kitty.
And a very round one at that.
Yeah.
And just roll home.
Well, they lead you by circuitous route to a place called the Inn of the Red Sun, and Siva says, Your friends are here. Oh, and if you should need me, assume your more pleasing shape. And she teaches you a very special call that will bring the cats to your aid.
Okay.
Oh, and she also warns you, when the moon is full, make certain you do not go onto the roof.
Okay.
We cats are at war with the cats of the moon.
That sounds fun.
It is not. Long days and pleasant nights, Arin. And with that, Siva vanishes into the dark, and you are left fat and sleek on the doorstep of the Inn of the Red Sun.
Okay, so Aaron goes back to their NECA farm and goes in.
Okay, we're gonna cut.
And it's
back
really
to...
you tell, and he's they go in really happy to see me, with a huge grin on their face and just extremely happy.
All right, we will get back to that moment after I narrate. All right, so Winnie, you have brought your friends to this inn, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Upon doing so, a whip-thin man with dark eyes and dusky skin greets you, and he's like, "Ah, a pixie, or are you a pixie? I cannot tell. All you small-winged ones seem the same to me."
Yes, I am.
Then welcome to my home. I am Kineshet, and these are your friends. He looks at your peculiar company. Incidentally, what shape are you in, Cyrix?
I am in a female form, a very sort of like Taurus-looking, big brimmed hat, and sort of like a nice airy dress for the temperature.
Why do I picture you looking like one of the ladies going to the Kentucky Derby?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I.
horse racing. Yeah, horse racing. Look.
Kineshet looks over. He greets Ale.
And just remember, she's still carrying her sword as well.
Ale and Stormweaver. He's like, welcome. The children of the elements are welcome in my house. It is a pleasure to have you beneath my roof.
Stormwatter's
August
grinning
6th.
really wide.
Ale just looks at him and gives him a respectful nod.
And you! He comes over and kisses your hand, Sarix.
Sarix.
And who might you be, lovely, lovely lady?
Sarix blushes and takes out a fan and starts fluttering it in front of her face while blinking rapidly with her long eyelashes. I'm Sarix, good sir.
How demure, Lady of the North. It is a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure's all yours, good sir.
Ah, witty, I like this. Come, sit. I will have food brought. Several air elementals, sylphs, come out of the kitchen bearing dates and pomegranates and cheeses and various meats and fishes.
Yay, fish.
Everything is interestingly spiced.
I claim the cheese.
Well, Sarix is no stranger to spicy food, considering where they come from. A trading port place. They do love spicy stuff.
Yes. All right, so so Kineshet begins telling you tales of the places around here. He's like, yes. To the south, there is a beautiful monument on this side of the river. The monument is to King Abenazi, and King Abenazi was a brilliant and glorious man. You should see it. The marble shimmers in the sunlight like the 1,000 diamonds of my lady Sarix's eyes.
Sarix again blushes. Oh, sir, stop it.
All right. As the sun has set, and Kineshet seems to never tire of telling stories. He's just constantly telling them. When is an issue, this is in character for him, that they actually live on stories.
Mm-hmm.
At this moment, Aaron comes walking in, looking happy, and like his pants are a little tight.
Sarix is going to
They
go up
wave.
and pick up the. Wait, are you in Neko form or are you in cat
Yeah,
form?
Neka.
Oh, okay.
No picking up then. I mean, you can still pick them up.
You might
Yeah,
strain something picking up this cat.
Yeah, especially
very
in this
true.
form.
It would seem you ate well.
Fairy.
Bit round and around the gut, aren't you?
They just nod.
Just very
And
proudly.
who might you be? This the thin man who is regaling them with tale after tale.
I'm Aaron.
Master Aaron, is this part of your group, Miss Winnie?
Yes, it is. I'm very glad to see you in good health and returned back to us.
Seems
Hi.
like more in good health. Sarix pokes.
May they always find you sleek and fat, Master Aaron.
Well, finish. Oh, go ahead.
I have information about things like the desert place thingy. So first off, there are these creatures that I can't take myself seriously. There's these creatures that will get inside of you, and they particularly point at Winnie for some reason, just because I guess more familiar with Winnie than anyone else apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So points at Winnie particularly, and continues saying they will haunt your dreams, and then like points to their head, like brain area.
Nice.
we need to be careful. Oh, and don't go on the roof when there is a big moon. Full moon.
Big moon.
Full moon.
A big moon.
Big
Big mood, bad.
Is that all?
Yes.
Oh, this is.
So I'm gonna look over at Kinnishut and ask him, do you know of what Aaron speaks of?
I do not, but I must say I have only been across the river once, and I was terrified by what I found there, so I ran back as quickly as possible.
Oh, not another long-winded story to tell?
Sarek is going to slaps Ale across on the hand. Don't be rude.
Kinnishut's like, oh, I'm sorry, Master Ale, but the stories that land holds are unholy and strange. I dare not repeat them.
Won't you pretty please repeat them? Sarek places her hand on top of Kinnishut.
Okay, let's see. Sarek, to make this work, to force this poor guy to have the equivalence of food poisoning. Golly, it would take. Well, you don't have rapport, so you can roll rapport. Why do I picture you're beautiful, but you're terrible at flirting?
Probably. So what?
So roll mediocre.
Okay. Mediocre, no modifier.
Yep. Okay, let's see how he does. Well, all right. Kinnishut does a sign against the evil eye. He begins to tell the story. He's like, I crossed the river because I was curious, as my people are. And when I entered that land, it is not desert, the way most people think of desert. There was, for a ways, hard pan, cracked, baked mud. And then I came upon clumps of strange gray grass. And when I stepped on the grass, there was a putrid smell, as of rot. or sulfur. And a storm came up, a storm from nowhere, it seemed. The lightning was a sickly yellow, and then the thunder boomed, and the sky was blotted out. And my companion was a human, a stout swordsman, named Ara. And Ara, she was with me. And then we took shelter inside of a small ruined hut as hailstones began to fall from the sky. And she was looking out the window, keeping a watch, and I was trying to kindle a fire, and the smell of the grass burning was unwholesome, unpleasant. And then I heard a sound, and I went and I touched Ara's shoulder, and she fell. And her face, just the face, had been hollowed. Her head had been hollowed. Her face was missing. And there were things capering about in the flashes of lightning. And in a moment, when there was darkness, when the storm seemed to still, I ran. And I ran and I ran, and the things looked like... How can I describe it? Think of a baboon, but with pale white fur and sickly pink eyes, and damnably human faces. When I awoke, I was on the north bank of the river. He then looks very ill and walks outside, and you hear the sound of retching.
Hmm.
That old man.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
All right.
So really, I'm just sitting there, just kind of looking like in shock and just thinking, what have we gotten ourselves into?
You sound really muffled.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Sorry, is that any better?
that's much better.
Yeah.
Sorry, my Bluetooth moved away a little bit.
That's okay. I was like, am I at the bottom of a pocket? What's going on?
No, sorry. So yeah, no, Winnie is sitting there, just kind of looking kind of shocked and thinking, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Anyone else?
If only that demon were here, he'd probably know what this was all about. Sounds like demon.
Unfortunately, the demon can't be here tonight.
Yeah, where is Agroth anyway?
The
I
last
believe
thing
he had
you
some.
heard from Agroth before his body wandered off, confused, was, "Oh no, 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 no! I don't want to be."
That was it.
Okay. I made my sound quality change because I went into the garage because I think someone was coming down. I didn't want to stop, so I just went into the garage.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you all sit digesting this story, a couple of men in resplendent gold armor enter the inn, and one of them seems to be the lieutenant, and he's like, "Are you the strangers that arrived by airship today?"
Oh dear, have we double parked our airship?
No. No, you have a since you are visitors from the far land, and we have the dragon folk here. He motions to Ale and Stormweaver. The vizier, Vizier Connat, would like to invite you to dinner.
Hadn't we just had dinner?
But
We get
there's
double
only
dinner.
a second dinner.
I'm good.
Tomorrow night, then.
Okay.
We most humbly accept the invitation, sirs.
Very good. Well, I will return for you tomorrow at sunset.
Sunset. Oh, okay. Sunset. Yes.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm getting kind of tired of the socializing.
Let's go to sleep. I'm tired. And still full.
Oh, little kitty needs some rest.
Elle kind of pouts a little bit after hearing that.
Oh, look at them. Look at them. They need the rest.
Turns
As
into a cat and runs off.
Oh,
okay,
well,
do you
now
all
he's
head
gone.
to your rooms, or what do you do?
Like, does everybody get their own room, or do they get one big one with a bunch of
Everyone
beds?
can have their own room or not.
Ah, okay.
I just picture a
Well, like a-
gigantic room with multiple bed. Like, it's like a flat in itself. It's like you got the living room, you got a kitchen, and then you get like all the separate bedrooms that for everyone to stay in. It's just one huge house.
I was picturing the thing they had in like Tales of
kind of
Vesperia.
the way to imagine it is imagine a off of the inn there is an apartment which is a sitting room with cushions and tables, and then there are 5 bedrooms off of this. There's also a fountain in a courtyard here that you may use for bathing
Oh,
or drinking.
a fountain
Ale-
in the middle of the courtyard specifically for bathing. Oh,
Well, Ale's heading straight to the bathing
Stormweaver is
station.
going to be on that. And apparently, as is Ale.
Yeah, I think go bathe as well.
Well, like I said, Ale's amphibious. He needs water. Otherwise, he dries out and dies.
No,
and Stormweaver just really enjoys bathing in water, especially hot springs.
Elle just needs to bathe.
Like normally for long journeys, he just like uses his own water, like makes it and just drops it on himself. But when he doesn't have to do that, he would prefer to actually like be a place where he can bathe.
He
Yeah,
drops
there's
water
actually
on
would be a
himself.
perfect. Yeah, this would be a perfect chance for what I wanted to do too, instead of doing it during flashback.
Ooh, sweet. Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
ask
so-
about the flashback, by the way.
Well, we can't do it without Chad. 'Cause
Yeah.
Chad was there.
That's true.
Yeah.
They'll probably
I forgot about
right?
you could do it now. Then we can figure out stuff later. The flashback is an optional thing anyway, so if y'all, it's up to you. It's your characters. You do what you want.
Well, I certainly do want them to get to know each other better, so they're not like
Yeah.
confused by what each other is doing along the journey.
What do you say? We get to know each other.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and so I was actually was thinking that Winnie was gonna try to go and locate the cafe that and make and go ahead and
Okay, so you're slipping out tonight.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, yeah. Okay, sure.
All right, so we're gonna do the get to know you scene, the kind of slumber party scene. Then we're gonna go to Winnie's adventure on the street. It's gonna be awesome. Let's do this.
Yes. We can have Chad just kind of fill in what he did later.
Yeah. We can do that.
So let's see.
Actually, I'll tell you all, Agroth, some kids on Earth with a Ouija board accidentally got hold of him. So that's where.
Again with this.
Children. I swear.
Which kind of makes sense now with the no, wait, I don't want to be. And then boom, gone.
And then children being all like, give us money.
What if it's a dissertation at a well-established university that they have to summon a demon?
You know, you never can tell. Although I would like to, I want to go to that university.
It is the demonology university.
I'm just laughing at that concept that, you know, if this is like if this is like an everyday thing, like almost all the time thing, like every once in a while we'd just see Agroth just start spazzing out like, I don't want to go, and then disappearing out of nowhere.
The danger of playing angels and demons right there, my friend. Phenomenal power, but you know, if somebody makes a circle, your ass is there.
Yeah, people talk about like
Ultimate cosmic power.
people talk about like sorry. People I watch people like draw stuff and they were talking about this earlier. And people talk about like where the summons are coming from like Final Fantasy. And they're just like spitballing ideas, like they could be like at like a reunion or at a funeral or just somewhere these summons could be, and you explaining that just kind of makes it so much more real. they're on their daily lives, and then like at one point they get all sparkly and like, oh no, not again.
Okay, so yeah, Sarix, what form do you take while you're bathing?
She's going to stay that body. That
Are we all bathing together? Is that what we're doing?
It's kind of the custom here.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we outside, or is this
Yes,
like a?
the
Okay.
moon is half full. It's shining down.
It's not big.
It's not.
This is not big.
It's not a big.
Okay, so Sarix is in the same form apparently. It's
Yeah,
bathing
yeah.
with the dragonoids.
Mhm.
Marvelous.
Oh, there's so many different types of anatomy in that one place.
I know. We all have something different, I think.
This is like human, female, and then there's like male dragonoid, and then there's like hermaphrodite dragonoid.
There's like so much going on.
All right, the
You
ball's in
wonder why
y'all's
we
court.
decided
What do you
to
do?
flip out.
What'd you say?
Oh, sorry.
What did everyone say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of it.
All right, so
Oh, I
Freya
just
said,
said that. Yeah, I just said that. And you wonder why when he decided to slip out.
She doesn't want
Also-
to see more nude dragonoids. She
fairies
already
don't
had that.
bathe; they just snap their fingers and they're clean. That's why they always look so awesome.
Makes sense.
All right, so balls in y'all's court. What are y'all doing in your scene here? Aside from being astounded at the variety of genitals.
Oh, by the way, I should mention what Aaron has down there. Melanin.
Wait,
You're
Aaron
just
doesn't
fur.
have like a. Wait, hold on. Is Aaron bathing as a cat or a Nico?
Because if
So
as
you-
a cat would drown.
So you're not going to explain the genitals like the rest of us have.
Nope,
There's
just
just-
no, didn't tell you. That's all.
There's either like a non-discriminate patch of fur, or like a black box. That no one can
I'm going with black box.
Sure, strangest thing you've ever seen.
Aaron learned a long time ago how to make real life censorship, and so conjures a black box every single time he bathes.
And the black box has words on it.
Or you just swear that when Aaron turns the right way, the light shimmers and strange things are there, but you can't tell what.
We're doing anime censorship here then.
I was just thinking that.
Is that a tentacle?
Is that multiple tentacles?
Oh man, you made me think of Drawn Together. Anyway.
Oh god.
So
Well, sorry,
okay.
Sarah's simply bathing. She's washing her hair, flicking it back, being all sexy like.
Stormweaver's eyes do not seem to leave Ale. No matter how much female flipping around there is.
Oh no, she's not doing it for anyone. She just likes doing it when she's in a female form. And they're in a female form.
And honestly,
You know,
Stormweaver
not that
likes
you-
to move like that just while he's bathing. Which Winnie figured out when she first met him.
Well, and you know, and you know, not that like Kinnished's not looking from the windows going, "Hey," looking at Sarah.
Nah, Kineshet is probably he's off doing other things.
I imagine they are being watched by cats, however.
Yes. What was the old meme? Ceiling cat watches you masturbate? Yes.
No. That chestnut.
Well, I own cats, so it's true. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure Ale's just like messing around with the water, making it like move in multiple different forms as he's bathing himself. Just trying to distract himself from the fact that that he's bathing around Syrinx.
In a female form.
As much as he likes a female anatomy, it's Syrinx.
And Nico's so quiet, I guess they hadn't noticed him there yet.
And of course, we all know that that Aaron makes Ale uncomfortable as well. So there, he's also trying to distract himself from. He's just not certain what he should look at right now. He's just looking at his hands. He's just making little weird shapes and bathing himself while he's like, I'm gonna get out of here, maybe a little faster.
Yeah.
Of course, Stormweaver can't use his power because he would just shock everyone there.
Okay, so Aaron goes up to L and she's like, L, can I talk to you?
Now. That's actually hold on. That's actually what Stormweaver says. Now, without the voice cracking.
Wait, what?
Without the voice cracking. Well, maybe the voice cracking.
I'm sorry that I'm a problem to you.
Oh, Elle seems to be stuck for words.
Ale legitimately doesn't know, like, this is just so out of the blue and whatever, so he's I don't know, I feel like, since he's not really all that good with his words, he would more or less probably, like, make a tiny little ice sculpture for Aaron or something, because he can do that. Like a little tiny ice rose, and just hands it to him as, like, a way of saying, like, okay, apology accepted. But I don't, like, he's just so awkward, he just doesn't know what else to do. Like, that's the first thing he can think of.
So is that what happens?
Yeah. We'll say that's what happens.
Okay. Aaron looks at it and just looks up and is like, it's really pretty.
He'll just nods and like looks away again and starts like bathing himself again. Like you can tell he is like extremely awkward talking to people. So it's not just Aaron's fault, it's everyone's fault.
Plus, he's got two different people just like sensually bathing themselves right next to him. Well.
I mean, like, he would probably prefer not to look at that and, like, start making his mind wander to places. I mean, it's been 200 years since he's last had anything, so...
And things might not be so internal. They're going to be having an external problem in a bit. Oh, I'm sorry, a double external problem.
All right, so super cute ice sculptures, genitalia. Hey, Winnie.
Wait, I thought we were gonna do the flashback thing.
No, actually, y'all suggested the flashback thing. This was a replacement, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know what y'all are gonna do, so I'm just kind of like, here you go.
I meant like, everybody getting to know each other, not just those two.
We have everyone getting to know each other, but, Tina's probably worried that it's about to go and real down south real fast.
No, like I said, I'm cool for whatever. I'm just kind of like, how are we advancing the plot, guys? What are y'all doing? Getting to know each other is awesome. And, like I said, Agroth can always come back and get to know folks. Mm-hmm. Winnie, on the other hand, is a bit cagey about how much people know about her, I think. Mm. At least that's the impression I get. Am I correct, Freya?
Well, I was just thinking that she didn't want to see all that going on in the courtyard, so,
I understand. These mortal beings throwing DNA at each other is just not that good.
Yeah.
Okay, they were not throwing
But she does have
DNA.
an ulterior motive, so,
Yes.
There was no DNA throwing.
That DNA knew exactly where it was going.
It wasn't thrown.
There's just ice sculptures.
There was just ice sculptures and... Yeah.
Just ice sculptures, eh?
Maybe a blood flow issue, but that was about it. Oh, God. Okay. Anyway, what's happening with Miss Winnie's shiny fluff?
Yes. All right, so Winnie, you have slipped out onto the streets. You are you're pretty unnoticed. You're headed for that cafe, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Winnie, you're new in town. What do you say you roll? You don't have lore. So that represents it well, because you're not really that versed with this new city. So what do you say you make a mediocre roll to see where you end up in the city?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, God.
Oh,
you know nothing, Jon Snow.
I end up right back at the end.
No. As you are flying through the city, you come upon a you enter a shabbier part of town. The streets are narrow and muddy. And that's probably not mud. You're happy you're flying. You hear rough voices and what sounds like dogs barking. Up ahead, you see 3 fairly large figures looming over a human. The figures resemble think of large humanoid coyotes.
Hmm.
You recognize them as coils. They're creatures from the north, and they generally tend to be fairly nasty scoundrels in your experience.
So I will definitely want to, find out kind of, what they're hovering over and what they're doing. So I guess that would be investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, stealth.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Stealth. Okay. That's why I was trying to figure out, like, which one would that be? Okay, well that's good.
All right, yeah. There's a young man who's like, no, leave me alone. I gave you your money, and one of the coils sort of grins at him and goes, "Well, the price has gone up, I'm afraid."
Oh.
He has a wicked-looking poignard, which is basically like a 19-inch long double-edged knife that is glimmering in the moonlight as he's advancing on this kid. Looks to be about 16, 17 years old. Three coils, one human kid. What do you want to do?
I'm trying to think. So I will pop out from the shadows, and I'm just trying to think. Come up and so I'll come out of the shadows and be like, "Oh, hello. I didn't realize that there were any coils this far south. What are y'all doing here?"
Are you trying to be friendly or lie to them? What's your goal? What's your angle here?
Mostly just kind of. I'm just trying to think, like, pretty much kind of just trying to deceive them and figure out, kind of distract them long enough so I can figure out maybe how to get the kid out of there.
Okay, roll your deceive.
Oh man.
Oh. Wow. Wow. One of them turns to you. Hey, you want a shiny fate point, Winnie?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you get a fate point for being a fey trickster. This particular coil turns to you, and you see a very familiar scar down the side of his face. You recognize him as a guy you stole some stuff from years back, named Maloris.
Damn it, always stealing stuff from people. Running into
No, you didn't steal from him, you actually tricked him. You tricked him into losing face in his tribe.
Oh no. And what was his name? Maloris?
Maloris. Winnie Shiny Fluff?
It's so hard to sound menacing saying that name.
All right. So, Winnie, you might want to roll athletics.
Yep.
Okay, I think there's an echo coming from yours.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure it out. Sorry.
Okay, you deftly dodge out of the way as the poignard swings through the darkness toward you. The kid, fortunately, is running. The problem is there are now 3 coils attempting to attack you.
I will try. I'm gonna try to deceive, to try to kind of just to get him to stop trying to attack long enough to see, if I can talk my way out of this.
What are you going to try to con him to do? You know he's a mercenary.
Say that again.
You know he's a mercenary.
Yeah. I was just trying to think of something that we can do that I can use as on our quest. What's the name of the tomb that we're going to be going to?
You're going to the Nameless City, and the tomb is Molosh Tair's tomb. Are you going to try to sell him that this is a giant treasure hunt and he can make a lot of money on this?
Maybe, yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to try something like that, yeah.
All right, let's go for it.
Okay. That'll work. All right. Fingers crossed. Oh, good. Okay.
Alright.
Go Winnie.
We're gonna make money. You're sharing this with me to kind of make it up with me, right?
Well, yes, of course, because I do feel bad for what happened, up north. That was, not intentional.
You're a true lady, Winnie Shiny Fluff. My men will be ready for your expedition. What inn are you staying at?
I'm gonna deceive him again. I'm gonna try and give him the name of a different inn that I saw on my travels.
Oh,
You go for it.
Ooh, okay, fingers crossed.
She's a trickster.
Oh, crap.
You may
Oh,
spend
no.
a fate point. You may spend a fate point to re-roll that or get +2. I would go for the re-roll at -1.
Okay.
You can invoke Fey Trickster. And actually,
Okay.
if you want to, yeah, I think that's the only appropriate aspect you've got. So.
Okay, so how do I
Reroll.
do that? So
You just
re-roll it?
mark off
Okay.
a fate point and re-roll it and add 2.
Okay, so +2 modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, crap.
Winnie. Now, why on earth would you be trying to trick me?
Well, no, we just got here. We just arrived this morning. What is the name of the place where you're at? It's on the what side of town? The east.
Yeah, east side.
Yeah, it's on the east side of town. Not that
Oh.
far from where the cafe is that sells the really good chocolate torts.
Oh,
Are we about to have
I
to kill
can't
some
think of
bitches?
While naked.
all right. Roll deceive to see if you can convince him it was an honest mistake.
There we go.
There you go.
When it matters.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's a mistake. You're new in town. Yes, of course. All right. Well, you have our steel. I'll get my my scribe to draw up a contract. Basically, we'll get shares of whatever treasure you find. Fair enough?
That sounds good. Where are you staying at? And I will come by in the morning to sign for it.
Oh, the stables, north side of town.
Okay, perfect. Is around 11 o'clock, right before lunchtime. Is that okay?
No, certainly. Absolutely. I will see you there, Miss Winnie. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance and find out that was all just a gross misunderstanding back in Mesfion.
Oh yes, of course. It is wonderful to see you again, Dolores. I hope you and your companions have a lovely evening. And I kind of start quickly backing out of the alleyway.
Where'd that kid go? God damn it!
Yeah, and then she quickly goes back, hiding in the shadows, and makes an exit.
All right, you make a swift exit. Very
how-
good.
I love how Winnie's making more
That
stealth
was
rolls than KU is.
And Aaron is the stealthy one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a cat, goddammit.
Aaron is stealthy and a cat. Winnie is a professional con artist and thief.
And I've been doing this longer than Aaron has.
Yeah, I mean, you've been.
I mean,
And cats don't exactly have to steal food. They're just cute and people give it to them.
that's true.
All right, Winnie, you find the cafe. There's
They're probably closed by now.
no, actually, they're still open. There are a few humans standing outside, talking, and debating, and basically just drinking what smells like a very strong coffee. So, what do you do here at the cafe?
So I'm going to go in and speak to. I almost pictured almost like a bakery, you know, with like a front counter and then some tables sitting and whatever.
Yes.
So I come in and I look at and speak to the owner or whoever it is that's working there, and come up and say, "Hello, I have heard that you sell the best chocolate torte in this, in the Southland.
You would be
May
correct.
Oh, one of the ones with the raspberries.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. How much for one?
It will be 2 dinars.
Do I have dinars? Out of character.
What do you say you roll mediocre because you don't have any resources?
Okay.
That was
I
kind
think
of
she would with all the things she's stolen.
That's very true. I have something that's of equal value.
Yeah. Yeah, I start digging around my bag, I suppose, right? I'm just kidding.
While the merchant is preparing to tell you no, a human woman, who is collecting the pastries from the case says, "Here, you may have this."
Aw.
And the merchant simply nods. He ignores everything. The human woman, the human woman is basically taking the pastries before he closes. And she's like, "And what's your name, little one?"
Oh, why, thank you. This looks very, very delicious. My name is Winnie.
A pleasure, Winnie. I am Avasha, priestess of Isis.
Wonderful. It is a pleasure to meet you, Priest of
No
Isis.
relation, I hope.
Well, Isis is like I know it's a goddess as well.
Yep, she is the goddess, one of the goddesses in the Church of Light and Dark.
Yeah. Did you say that? I think, yeah.
So, I do not normally see your people here in Ulthar.
No, we typically do not travel this far south, but and with some companions, and I had just arrived this morning, and I heard of someone over talking at our inn about this cafe, and I wanted to come and try one of these before we set off on our journey.
Very good. I am collecting the leftovers to take to the poor. How long have you been in the city? You said a day?
Yes, we just arrived this morning.
Oh, I was hoping you had heard something. Children in the poor quarter seem to be vanishing.
Oh. Well, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
The reports are strange. One little girl's younger sister said she saw a little clown man take her sibling away.
I'm sorry. I would ask, does he have a balloon? Sorry. A
Exactly
little
what I
red
was thinking.
balloon? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Um, oh, well, that definitely is very, very odd. Is there any reports of a clown person in this area?
No,
I've
no,
never.
we have not had any reports of such things.
I thought that would be odd for this area. Um, is there anything else that you have heard or
No, but
can think
I
of?
am authorized by my temple to give a reward for anyone who can find out what has become of these children.
Yes, that it definitely, is something that, if I do have the time, um, I will be more than happy to look into. Uh, do you know how many children are missing in all, or?
7 have been reported.
Oh wow, okay.
If you can do this, then my temple can give you healing items and support.
Okay, that is wonderful. Give me a little bit of time, and can I report back here to you, or where should I
No,
need you?
come to the Temple of Light and Dark. It is in the central court of the gods, near close to the palace.
Oh, okay, yes. I think I remember seeing it whenever we flew in. Well, thank you again for this lovely pastry. I will definitely enjoy it, and I will speak to you soon.
Very good. All right. So you managed to find your way back to the inn without incident.
Mhm. I did want to. I don't remember how if Jackson said once I did have his payment, his torch for keeping an eye on Aaron. I
Oh,
think he
yeah.
said that he would find me. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause that's the main reason why I went there.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you Jackson is waiting for you at the inn. He's like, did you get it?
Spoken like a true addict.
I look over at him and I say, yes. I did have to have a bite though, because it smelled divine.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Oh, it's glorious.
Oh yes. So I wanted to keep my part of the bargain as you did. Um,
Oh,
and I
yes.
hand it to him. And I was just wondering, since you're able to move around the city freely, have you heard anything about the children in the poor quarter? Apparently, there's
Oh,
some that have gone missing.
actually, I did. I saw these little guys. They're kind of weird looking. They oh gosh, they look like child size. Um, they've got one eye and sharp pointed yellow teeth and these oversized clawed hands, and they wear these strangely colorful outfits. Really great at slipping in and out of cracks in buildings. They are also armed.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Am I familiar with? What can I roll to see if I'm
Make a
familiar with
lore
any of
roll.
that? Have lore.
So it would just be mediocre.
Mediocre. Okay, good.
Okay. They sound like boogeymen. Boogeymen are little child-stealing creatures. And they often either eat the less common. It's not common they eat the children. Usually they sell them to someone.
Boogeymen slave traders.
The good news is they're
Okay.
also terrible cowards. And if you had some strapping people who are heavily armed to threaten them, they would likely surrender pretty quick.
Oh well.
Oh, okay. So I say, Jackson, thank you for for that information. I really appreciate it, and can I count on you to um, continue to keep an eye on Aaron when he is visiting the other cat folk in the city?
Oh, sure. Oh, God. This tort's delicious.
Okay, so what I imagine is it's a fat cat, or a fat guy. He comes. You see, like, bag underneath his eyes. He looks like he's all drugged up, and it's just like, you got the good stuff.
Yes, that's exactly it. That was
So
precisely what I was going for.
it's
It's a drug deal. What can you say?
It's Puss in Boots from Shrek 4 of the last one where he's all fat.
Having never seen the film,
You need to. It's pretty good actually.
So I tell Jackson, well, I'm going to retire for the evening and enjoy that delicious pastry. It's divine,
it
very
really,
much so.
really is.
And so with that, I make my way back into the inn and see what everybody else is up to.
Okay. So what occurred in Winnie's eventful absence?
The end
Okay.
of sexy bath time.
Well, I'm assuming that the shower didn't take that long. So.
I don't
No.
expect so. There's just a lot of awkwardness for Ale, mostly.
Yeah.
Awkward shower time. Sorry.
So I would imagine that we all like got dressed and we're like, I guess we're sharing a room, right?
You're
Stormweaver
sharing
is
an
not
apartment
dressed.
area.
He's
There's
not gonna
different
be
rooms
dressed.
for each of you.
Okay, so I guess we'll be in like the little. We'll be somewhere where we're just all together. I guess just like talking.
Yes.
In the common area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ale's not going to be sitting anywhere because he has a tendency to actually soak his clothes in water before he puts them back on. So he doesn't want to sit and get water everywhere on all the nice furniture and whatever.
And Stormweaver just likes being naked, so he's just carrying his stuff.
Ale seems
Okay,
a little bit more at
then
ease
Aaron's
now.
the only one dressed.
Sarex is in a very nice fluffy robe. Nice silk robe.
Not that you actually have a robe, you just change.
True. I have. Well, I mean, will they provide robes?
No, probably not in a sort of North African medieval style inn. No.
Fair enough. Okay, she's just changed then.
Ale's like slowly putting his shirt back on. Sarex,
Yes.
is that hand slapping thing you do a common thing?
Is anything I do common, Ale?
Oh, this is fair.
But very good thing.
What, little cat boy?
Eh,
What did you say? Speak clearly.
Nothing.
Stormweaver,
Oh, yeah.
you know we're not in the tribes anymore, right?
Yeah?
You might want to put something on.
Yeah, I'm not wearing clothes.
I'm putting mine back on.
Well, hold on, I need to remember what the accent sounds like.
Vaguely Scottish-ish.
What's wrong with
The
no clothes?
Irish.
Stormweaver, it doesn't work like this. And here, you have to wear clothes. People get a little offended.
What about me would offend them?
Genitalia.
Well, I'm not putting it directly in their faces, am I?
Stormweaver,
I can see Winnie walking in right about now and oh, what? No, hey, put that away.
It's internal.
Ale walks over and like pats that area like really hard.
Oh, it's not going to be internal for very long if you keep doing that.
I was trying to prove a point.
You're not proving anything.
It's exposed. Put something on.
I'm quite curious. Is Winnie the same height as your endowment?
Winnie's 10 inches tall, I believe.
Yeah, Winnie's 10 inches tall. Winnie is tiny.
I mean, I
The dragons
think...
are tall.
yeah, they're very tall.
Ale is 10'4".
And Stormweaver is about 8'6", I believe. So I think if anyone was like crotch height, it would probably be Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron's like 5'4".
By the way, if you'll direct your attention to the chat, there is a picture of the boogeyman as described.
Ah,
Oh.
I love it. That's awesome.
I love it so much.
He's so adorable. I want to take one home.
Kind of is. It is kind of adorable. I like it.
Yeah,
I'm
then
not a
he
fan.
eats children.
Oh, see, now you have something in common.
All right. So, all right. So, everybody's back. Everybody's got clothes on.
They finally convinced
We're gonna
Stormweaver to
continue
put on
as usual.
clothes.
Everybody's got to put pants on.
You're in public now. So I. Oh, go ahead.
Sit on my shoulder. I want that.
Okay, so I will flutter up to Aaron and sit on his shoulder.
Yay!
Oh,
That's adorable.
So as after I do so, then I just kind of briefly tell them what I have learned about the missing children, and try to, and pretty much come back and say, I wonder if this is related to what was going on in the name of the city where we were at before.
Balan.
Balan. I wanted to say something else, but yeah, in Balan. Because there was children affected there too.
Sarix is scowling. Sarix does not like this.
Wasn't the children affected in Balan with an illness, though? Not little goblin things.
Yes, but we don't know what has come upon these children that were taken by the boogeyman.
Yeah, the child was taken by an illness. They're being taken by something completely different.
Okay, would Aaron have information on this by chance?
Roll lore. You
Please
might.
do that for me.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. All right, so Aaron, you think back into your holy crap. Okay.
Oh
You
wow!
not only have lore, but your wizard senses tell you.
Your wizard sensors are tingling, young one.
Well, mages in a lot of these games tend to have what's called mage sight. and so they can see things that normal, untrained people can't. Even magical creatures can't see quite as well. But you're getting a sense that there is some sort of darkness under the city.
Okay, Aaron's gonna be kind of nerdy about this time. So, well, not nerdy, but it's gonna be very, like, let's talk very well on this.
Knowledgeable.
Yeah. No, when I say
literate.
well, I mean, like, not stuttering and
Like you're
actually, like,
confident.
confident in what they're saying because it's magic related and, like, you know, stuff like that. So, they're just gonna be like, the circus center.
Okay, so you can actually you have a pendulum that you can use to divine an entrance to the places under the city.
Ooh, we should totally do that then.
Since you got a 6, you don't have to roll again to use it.
Hell yeah! So we're using it.
I just picture KU acting like a little inner voice for Aaron, considering, and like that, like right there, I just pictured KU looking at Aaron, being like, "Ooh, you should totally do that."
Okay, so are you all going to go search for? The
So
instrument?
I was gonna ask the pendulum. Is it more like do we like can we scry it on a map, or is it more kind of like a water I can't think what it's called, the water thing, you know, that points you in the
scry
direction.
on a map. If you can get a map, you can scry on it. The problem is it's around 2 a.m.
Yeah, I was
The
just
map store's not
wondering
open,
if
damn.
Kinishit. Well, I wonder if Kinishit would have a map around the end somewhere.
All right, you go knock on Kinishit's door. Kinishit answers blearily, "Are you drunk?
Xerix, we need you.
Do you need something to get drunk with? That's why you are waking me up."
Xerix, just shake your ass at him.
We require a map if it's not too much trouble.
Beautiful women have come to my room many, many times. Requesting a map, this is the first time.
It's a first time for everything, good sir.
One moment, I will have the sylphs prepare coffee, and I will bring my map case down, and perhaps I have a map of the city.
Very well, that works very well. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so the coffee that the sylphs prepare is like super strong and filled with sugar.
Whatever this is, I want more of it.
The air elementals move to comply.
Oh yes.
Kinishit starts unfolding maps, and he's like, "This is an older map of the city, but perhaps you can use it."
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so Aaron, you want to milk this lore skill and figure out exactly where you need to go?
Yes, I would.
All right.
Milk it.
Okay, cute little Neko boy or Neko person holds the pendulum over the map. Suddenly, his hand begins to bleed. Droplets of blood drip down from the pendulum onto the map and begin running together to one particular spot.
There we go. We go there.
There's look at you again. Sorry. Is that supposed to happen like that?
Yes.
Ellie might need your help. He's kind of like shaking a little bit, and little sparks are coming off of his skin.
Let me get my bag.
Is he just Batman? Is Ale just Batman?
Who, KU?
No, Ale.
Ale?
Just the way he's talking.
Yes, he's Batman. He just like runs off, takes care of everything. Where were you, Ale? I was in the bathroom.
For 12 hours?
You were gone for 3 days, damn it. It was a very private, long bowel movement. Leave me alone.
Beautiful.
I've seen horrors you cannot want to. So.
Nice.
And not Phantom.
All right.
Ale comes back with his bag and like tends to Aaron's hand.
Actually, Aaron's hand is fine. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. Like, wizard magic is weird. That's your conclusion, Ale. In your considered opinion, that's weird.
You mages are strange.
Okay, guys, you ready to go?
Yes.
It's 2 in the morning.
But
Well,
like,
now closer to 3.
fine.
Well,
As you
so
can
where
tell,
does
they're
it
very
where does
excited.
it point us? Where in
So
the city does it point us to?
they'll
It
kind of
points-
just point to it.
It points you to an old, disused, what seems to be a disused cemetery on the edge of town.
Is it near the poor quarter or no?
Yes.
It's close.
Yeah, but if they go a day without sleep, I imagine there'd be like a penalty for that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I'm assuming you all have rested somewhat on the journey. So
Yeah.
you're actually good to go, and you've had really, really strong coffee. But if you ever get the chance to have Ethiopian coffee, I highly recommend it.
Oh, it's pretty delicious.
I don't like coffee. Full stop.
I love coffee.
Coffee is rare.
Yeah, and clearly Stormweaver does too.
Yeah, he loves it way more than I do, though. And it actually affects him, unlike me.
All right, so are we going to what may very well be our inevitable doom?
Let's go.
Well,
We're going,
so
we're going.
so Winnie looks up and says, "Well, with it being so late in the night, visiting a cemetery, especially one that obviously has not been used from what it looks like and on the map in some time, it may not be the best thing to do because we may not know what else may be residing in there other than these boogeymen."
So,
I wonder if we should wait for dawn. But I guess the question, I just thought about this out of character. How long would it take us to get from where we're at over there to the cemetery?
It's about a 15-minute walk. It's not long.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I was thinking like if it would take us enough to get over there by the time dawn would come up. So that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But like, it's just a 15-minute walk. It's not that far. Come on.
This will be in and out in no time.
Exactly. Thank you.
well,
go.
I'm up for this.
Let's go.
Well, if you guys are going, you're gonna get yourselves hurt. I might as well go too.
Stormweaver
The
is
whole
standing
party's
beside
going. Come on, Winnie.
Stormweaver is
Okay.
standing beside Aaron, like vibrating.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Let's just go take a look around and see what we might be, getting into. Let's not, do hopefully anything too much in depth. We'll just go take a look and then come back. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
We're going, little kitty, we're going.
All right. So you all depart from the inn and make your way to the disused old cemetery. You hear the shrill voices of little people talking and the cries of children as you enter the cemetery in such a way you are not seen, but you see you can see these boogeymen. There's about 8 of them dragging little bags of each one has a bag with presumably a child in it toward the steps of an old decayed looking mausoleum.
I've been out of the tribes and in the modern city for 200 plus years, and I've never seen that before. We should check that out.
Let's go.
We need to go now.
As soon as he said that, Stormweaver just like takes out both of his swords and is about to start running if someone doesn't stop him.
No, Stormweaver.
Ale's grabbing him by the tail.
You know what, Stormweaver? If you want a fate point, you can just ignore everybody and like the Dickens into the middle of these little bastards.
Yeah, I just picture him just popping up and be like,
You know what? He's heavily caffeinated, so that's a huge possibility.
Because if he goes, then everyone would just be a cat and just follow along.
Ale attempts to grab him by the tail, but slips as he runs off.
Yeah.
All right, take a fate point there, Stormweaver.
Yes, I did.
yeah,
With the mighty thunderous battle cry of the Storm Tribe, Stormweaver wades into the group of little men, and you're like, what, 10 feet tall?
8.6,
You're like
I believe.
8. Okay, well, to these guys, you're like 20 feet tall, because they're only 3 feet tall apiece. Okay.
With wings, makes him look bigger.
Well, of course, you know. So, golly. You know what? Just roll your physique.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not my page.
Okay, let's see. These guys are... Bravery is not their strong suit. The boogeymen shriek bloody murder and take off running. They
He's
drop
definitely
their back.
chasing them.
You're chasing them?
Just going around the backs and chasing them.
Okay,
they're
Aaron's not
scattering.
following that.
Sarex is wanting to capture one to question it.
All right, Sterix.
And meanwhile, Winnie is trying to open the bags to get the children out.
And Ale is helping her.
All right, Ale and Winnie are opening bags because those boogeymen no longer give a crap. They want to live. And basically, Stormweaver is like death incarnate. They want none of that.
I guess Aaron will look for one that's not being chased, like that, and goes and grabs them. You know, I try to grab them at least by like
Do
their
you grab
clothing
them,
or
or
something.
do you have nature magic? Do you conjure vines to capture them?
Oh yeah, it's even better. Do that. I'm
Oh, actually, you have earth
thinking as a
magic.
cat. No, I think as a cat, just run to one that wasn't like being chased and just like grab it by its clothes, basically.
So, do you want to grab it, or do you want to use magic to
I
capture
want to
it?
use magic.
All right. Chanting words in that ancient alien tongue that makes everyone feel weird. Aaron's arms are flung wide, and the earth itself does some Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff, and like literally encases. Encases the boogeyman up to his head. He's shrieking in horror. No kill! No kill! No kill! All right, you wanted to capture one, did you not, Sarex?
I did.
So roll a fight roll, please.
Ooh, fun. and Sarex is still in the female form.
Yes. let's see if the poor little bastard can in any way dodge your maniacal lunge for him. No. No, you actually knock him crazy with your first initial charge. With your initial charge. He's like on the ground, blood streaming from his head, going, "No kill! No kill!"
Oh, don't worry, little creature. I'm not going to kill you. Not yet, at least.
Also,
Okay, you want to
Stormweaver
make
is...
a roll for golly, that would be provoke. You want to make a provoke roll?
Yes.
Sarks?
Yes. I'm going to
Go
make
for it.
a roll.
I wanted to mention that Stormweaver is also technically trying to catch one, but with electricity. It's just kind of going everywhere, mostly the discharge problem.
Oh well.
Oh, hang on. Let's see what his because he's not doing well. Okay, yeah, he begins spilling his guts to Sarks. We'll get to that. Stormweaver, you can't exactly catch people with electricity. They tend to just crisp up and explode. Actually, I'll let you do this. Roll your rapport, which would be your natural magic skill, and this will be an important lesson for you because what you can do to other dragonoids, you can't really do to other beings.
That's true. He doesn't quite know that.
Oh my god! Okay, you rolled a 0, but you still won. You throw a lightning lasso around one of them, and they just explode. Like everyone is suddenly breathing mist of boogeyman.
That didn't work very well.
Stormweaver, what the heck?
Sorry.
The two boogeymen who are trapped are now even more. There's a minotaur down below the city, and she sacrifices them. We are so sorry. We did not mean to. We are so sorry. She just offered a lot of money. She was gonna kill us. She's really gonna kill us. She's gonna tear us up and feed us that thing. That thing.
Oh my gosh, someone shut one of those up.
Says the bigger dragonoid.
I want you to take us to it.
Yes. You know kill.
I know kill.
The one in the earth goes, "No, do not trust him. He is treacherous. Leave me to live instead."
You know what? I'm taking you with me.
Okay.
Aaron trying to be provoking and intimidating is just adorable to me. It's like a little chick, just
Well, actually, it's when the magic comes out that he becomes terrifying. It's not Aaron that's terrifying. It's the fact he just warped reality to capture someone. That's what's terrifying.
And they're extremely excited about this all because they get to use magic a lot right now.
All right, so. All right, so the boogeymen are taking you down into the depths.
So,
yes.
I'm sorry. What happened with the bags and the children in the bags and
The children in the bags are running home. They are escaping. They're just as scared of you guys letting them out as they are of the boogeymen. They have seen way too much weird crap tonight.
Well, hopefully they know their way home and none of them were hurt. Anyway.
All right.
Try to be a good doctor. Shit.
So who's going first down into the dark?
Sarix is.
Actually, can we go
Erin is.
together?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
But
going
we have to have
together.
a marching order.
I'd like Stormweaver to go like right behind them, like just like a big form looming behind them.
All right, so you have a boogeyman leading you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Then Sarix, then Stormweaver. Who's next?
I'm gonna be on Aaron's shoulder again.
Okay. Ale, you bringing up the rear?
I'm believing so.
Okay. All right. As you make your way down into the darkness below, the boogeyman's like, I haven't been this far in a long time. So just give me a second. And suddenly, blam! The boogeyman explodes. You see lightning move through him, and his skeleton and body crumble to ash.
Wasn't me.
We got another one, and then I tossed
Stormweaver!
No, I have another one, and you can toss it, and it's like, now you lead us.
Yep.
Actually, Aaron, you do recognize what happened. Someone had set a magical glyph here that when someone walked near it, it would explode.
Oh, booby trap.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm like, guys, we're not going any further, because this magic will destroy us. And he kind of like looks back and smiles.
You could technically use your energy magic to turn off the glyphs.
Ooh, I'll give it a try.
All right.
Yeah, because we clearly can't turn back. There's only one way to go and one way to go through.
Okay, holy crap. Okay, with another 6,
Yeah.
Aaron waves his hands. A strange energy moves out, and you see glowing glyphs every 10 feet just blink out. Boom, boom, boom. All right, stuttery Gandalf, what do you say you lead off?
Let's go, guys! Yeah!
Aaron's really come out of his shell when you take him underground and let him blow things up.
Because when magic happens, it's when he comes out of the shell.
All right.
Ale's not sure whether to be okay with the fact he's coming out of his shell or being more unnerved that he seems to be coming up to his potential.
All right. As you continue down these dark and twisting mazes, the boogeyman is like, okay. Up ahead. This is as far as I'm going. Up ahead, there's a temple room with that statue that I don't like.
Sarex has her sword unsheathed and is pointing and pressing it into the boogeyman's back. You're not lying to us, are you?
Would I lie to slayers like you?
Yes, you probably would.
No, I wouldn't. No, I swear. I swear.
Any more
I
information
swear by
you tell
Pana.
us?
I swear by Pana and all the demons and Satalis in hell, please let me go.
Give me more information.
There's a statue, and it's really scary, and the Minotaur took some of the children and cut them open over the altar in front of the statue.
Okay, thank you.
Can I use empathy to try to like calm him down and try to see if I can tell he's telling the truth?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, he's telling the absolute truth.
Sarex then removes the sword from his back and throws a thumb over her to tell him to fuck off.
Okay, he fucks off as quickly as possible.
Bye.
Now, was that
Okay.
really necessary?
No.
I'm pretty sure he urinated himself.
Hey, not our fault. It's his fault that he's so scared.
His fault he's kidnapping children.
Exactly.
Oh,
Thank you.
also, didn't they urinate themselves when Stormweaver just like dove in there like some weird stormy avenging angel
Yeah, no,
with a pair of blades
Hey.
on fire?
some people.
I think they
You
did
might
the
be-
word
They're
when you're
frost
making
blades, not fire blades.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure there was electricity going, and at that point, nobody's going to stop and go, well, actually, the thing that was frost. It was very cold. It sliced through my innards. It was weird.
So,
Okay.
so we're in the almost to the end of the corridor, and there's the room around just up the
Yes.
ways a little bit. Okay. I think I want to use what?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I want to use my stealth and see if I can try to kind of peek around and creep around the corner a little bit so we can kind of see what we're gonna be heading into.
Roll for it. Okay.
Oh,
All right. It's a tie. So you can either succeed at a cost or fail. Your choice, Winnie.
I'll go and succeed at a cost.
Okay. You manage to fly in very stealthily, very quietly, and you see glowing in the darkness 8 horrible red glowing eyes.
Do they notice me?
They do not. The only problem is if you try to get back, they're looking in your direction, so there's a chance they'll notice you.
Turn the cat. No, okay. Actually, no, turns the cat. That might help.
Man, people aren't supposed to harm cats here.
Yeah.
And the cats are really knowledgeable, so they probably know if somebody harmed a cat.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You do have illusion, Winnie. You could do it.
Oh yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Roll your rapport.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, this clearly works.
We'll see. All right, yes, it does.
Okay.
You turn into a cat, and the thing looks at you, and it is the largest spider you have ever seen. But it's got 8 eyes and a human forehead and a mouth filled with needle-like fangs.
Lovely.
The pallid humanoid face looks at you and goes, "Oh, a cat." You've
gonna
almost
look at-
come too deep, little one.
I'm gonna look at it and go, meow. Sorry, going away now. And I'm gonna try to attempt to go back towards the way I came.
Right, this is like a 16-foot long supernatural spider
With a humanoid face, right?
with a humanoid face, yes. This is not a natural beast.
I can only picture that thing from Okami.
All right, so you managed to make it back to your party.
Okay. And so I very quietly tell them to, move back. We need to move back like 30 feet or more. Just as I'm almost like panicking because this thing is so ginormous.
When he calmed down, what did you see?
Big spider. Not spider, but spider. Yeah, no, I know why the boogeyman didn't want to come down here.
Was spider like magical?
Could I tell that out of character?
Yes, actually, as a creature of magic, you recognize it as another creature of magic.
Just making sure. So, yeah, it was. In all my years, I've never seen one of these things.
I want to see it.
I'm not sure that's going to be a good idea, Aaron.
But like it's magic.
Not all
Um,
magical things are things.
All right, Aaron, I'm gonna roll lore for you to see if you recognize this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a spider demon. They're interdimensional spiders, and they do collect magical artifacts.
I know the spider. I know of these spiders. They collect magical things. I need those magical things.
Whoa. All right, my precious. Let's get.
Bit of a hoarder, aren't you?
so at this, Winnie kind of immediately calms down and takes a breath, and because she senses that Aaron is going to do something that may not be the smartest thing. Very impulsive.
Only impulsive about magic, by the way, so.
I understand. You're doing beautifully. This is both dramatic and exciting, so go ahead, do what you want.
So, Aaron's gonna, start making their way towards where Minnie was.
Okay, do you sneak or do you just walk out there?
Walk out there.
Okay. The great spider looks at you and says, "Who might you be?"
Hello, I'm Aaron. I like magic and I like to see your magical artifacts. I don't want them. I just want to see them.
What?
Can I please?
Make a rapport roll. I mean, I realize it's mediocre, but let's try it. Why the hell not?
All right, please roll that for me.
Okay, yeah, sorry. You got a -1.
Fuck.
It got a 2.
Oh.
You could, you could invoke Rakasta Wizard's Apprentice to re-roll it, and spend a fate point there. So, do you wanna?
I'm down. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, that was bad. You got a -2.
God.
Does Winnie still have her illusion?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. She comes back out next to Aaron and looks at the spider.
Oh, Kitty, you can't protect this one. The spider begins to chant magic. All right, Aaron. You might want to. You could roll athletics, which you don't have, or you could roll lore to try to create an energy shield.
Lore.
What?
You barely managed to stop as a horrible blast of sickening, poisonous death energy comes streaking at you through the darkness. What is everyone else doing?
Oh, Stormweaver is coming out there right after hearing that someone can't protect someone else.
Okay.
I'm thinking Ale's about to block off the entire area and get all 3 of you back out of the harm's way by using an ice wall. But I don't know what I would roll for that if I wanted to do that anyway.
It would be rapport.
It would be rapport?
All right, so here's how it's going to go down. The 2 fighters, Syrinx and Stormweaver, they can go before Ale because Ale's not a specialized fighter. But Ale can then attempt to pull everybody back using ice.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, my stunts are going to be so helpful.
Fight!
Pretty much.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I imagine we're fighting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
So, Stormweaver,
Yes.
you go first, then Cyrix. So,
Okay, so I just roll fight.
you roll fight and tell me what you want to do.
Yep, roll fight. Plus, I have like a bunch of bonuses when it comes to that.
Oh, whoa.
All right, hang on. Let me take a look at your sheet.
Number 1 and 4 should be like the ones that are relevant.
One. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you have a decisive advantage. So you. Let me roll his defense. And 4. Okay, so you've got a +2, so you've got a 3, and you're going to do extra damage if you hit.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's see. The spider, demon spider, moves very quickly out of the way
Oh,
and succeeds with style. Okay. Well, here goes nothing, kids. Since he succeeded with style, you are off balance. That is something he can invoke against you. Just this round. For free. Cyrix.
Hello.
This thing moves with unnatural speed as you just saw it dodge one of the best sword fighters you've probably ever seen. What do you do?
Cyrix is going to shoot her crystal sword, and I have a stunt for quick on the draw. You can use shoot instead of notice to determine turn order in any physical conflict where shooting quickly would be useful. That is what
Very
it
good.
says.
All right. So make your shoot roll.
Ooh. Yes!
Okay, this time the creature does not dodge. You've injured it. You've inflicted 1 stress on it. But it is still up and running. Okay. Now, actually, here's something else you can do. Like, Winnie is not really a combatant, but Winnie, if you can think of a way to use your skills to create an advantage, you can roll for that, and other people can get +2 for your advantage.
So I was thinking about trying to use mind games, which you can use deceive and place to provoke to make a mental attack, as long as you can make up a clever lie as part of the attack.
You know what? Go for it.
So it
Then-
almost kind of distracts it while they can attack.
So you
them.
wanted to create the distracted condition on it.
Yes.
All right, cool.
All right, and that's going to be a deceive roll, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The creature does not fall for it. Ale,
Okay.
it's time.
Alright. So, what exactly am I doing?
You need to roll your rapport in order to. You wanted to use ice to. Okay. Do you want to actively stop your friends, or do you want to protect them?
Some. Originally, it was going to be just to stop them, but I guess now we're all getting pretty much into this, so might as well just protect them and let them do what they got to do.
All right, so you want to create an advantage using your ice magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
The rapport?
Rapport, yes indeed, sir. Okay. Everyone gets 2 free invokes, 1 per round, but 2 free invokes of this advantage. After that, you have to spend a fate point to use it. Okay. The spider is blinded.
Ooh.
by ice crystals pelting it as you basically summon sleet inside the room.
I mean,
All right. So now that I know our dear friend Sarix has quick on the draw, Sarix, you go to the first part of the turn order.
Ooh, yay. Right. So is it just the same again? I'm taking it.
Basic,
You
I
can
can't attack.
shoot. You can
Pretty
shoot to
dark
injure it.
face.
You can shoot to attack it. You can shoot to create an advantage.
Hmm. I'm going to try and shoot one of its eyes to create an advantage, a blind spot.
That's what was just done.
It's already blinded.
It's blinded
Oh,
right
it's
now.
already blind. Well, yeah, but blind it even more. So when it can see again, it won't be able to see as much.
Ice crystals or ice spikes are sticking out of its head. I don't think it's going to get any more.
Okay,
It'll just
never
show
mind.
that he's not just a pretty face. Okay, so
Okay, I'm going to shoot one of its legs then. Oh, so if I can,
Okay.
2 legs.
All right. Good God. Okay. Do you want to add the +2 for it being blinded?
Yes, I will add the +2.
Holy dog crap. Okay. Yes, it is. And since you succeeded with style, it now is lamed. And there's 2 free invokes on that per person.
So we all like have 4 at the moment, except for Sarix.
Yes. So you can get +4 to make your actions against it. So now it's your turn, Stormweaver.
Oh, those swords are going right for the. What do you call that part of the spider that has all the organs?
the abdomen.
The abdomen.
Yes. So I'm gonna try to freaking re-roll my fight again, and hope number 4 still qualifies.
Yes.
So
Okay, you've inflicted. Okay, hang on. Let's see how this is going to shake out. All right, you've inflicted 3 stress now, and it has taken the severe consequence nearly gutted. If you spend a fate point, you can add +2 to invoke that as well. All right. So, Aaron, what would you like to do?
Okay, sorry. What?
What would you like to do?
Okay. Oh wait. What just happened? Sorry, I got like really distracted with something my grandma was telling me.
Okay, so basically they have smacked the crap out of this spider. You have a +4 because of all the conditions on it to do anything. You could throw energy blades at it. You could strike it with darts of force. You could even pick up pieces of the ground and slam it through it.
You could ask it for its stuff again.
Yeah, no, I kind of like Aaron kind of wants to just get rid of it and then get the stuff himself. So so I'll go with the grabbing stuff and just like slamming it onto them.
Okay, so you wrench rocks out of the walls. And we're going to do your lore roll. Okay, well, this is just goddamn ridiculous. All right, let's see if the poor thing can even remotely marshal a defense.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
The answer is not really. Okay. So you hit it with 10. So it's still taking 6. All right. So now it has 3 stress remaining and has the consequences broken fangs and nearly gutted. Winnie, what would you like to do?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what else I could try to do. Other than, I don't know, I was trying to figure out if I could use, I don't
You
know.
could provoke it to drive it into a frenzied rage and force it to make more mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look at. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, because I do have provoke violence. Okay, yes. Yeah. So when you create an advantage on an opponent using provoke, you can use your free invocation to become the target of that character's next relevant action, drawing their attention away. So, yeah, we'll use that. Let's see what happens.
Okay. And you get +4 to that.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
The spider's just fucked up.
Pretty much. The spider is now in a berserk rage. So, yes, congratulations. Actually, the spider, it's going to concede the combat and narrate itself back to its home dimension. Because it does not want to die here. Everyone gets a fate point because you bullied the spider back to whatever hell place it came from.
Yeah.
And we don't even feel bad because it started it.
Exactly.
Yes, it started it.
Y'all freaking finished it.
Okay, so Aaron's just gonna now scour around trying to look for the artifacts.
All right, roll investigate.
Please roll investigate for me.
Okay.
I don't think I have. Do I have it?
I don't think you do. Winnie does, because I'm looking
I
at
do.
her.
So yeah, if you don't, I do. So.
I also have investigate.
Sarek definitely does.
Aaron
Alright.
does have investigate.
Oh.
All right, so Winnie and Aaron working together, you all do find a cache of treasures left behind by the spider.
Okay, Aaron's just gonna look through it excitedly.
Okay, you find several spell scrolls. And I will mark these down. Put it under extras. And they're like one-time use boosts, but it's Armor of Ethan, which gives you a defense boost for the combat of +2.
Okay.
And the second scroll is a very ancient spell called the Crimson Wall of Lictalon. It summons forth a nightmare wall that terrifies most opponents and gives you an advantage to both defense and to intimidate people.
Ooh, okay. And for the first one, the armor one, would I have to use it on myself, or could I put it on
You
someone
can use
else?
it on anyone.
Okay, good, sweet.
You can also,
So,
with your energy magic, cast that spell.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Aaron just kind of has the stuff excitedly putting it into their bag.
You also find a small dagger covered in runes.
Okay. They're covered in runes, is it?
Yep. So you could roll lore to try to figure this out.
It wouldn't hurt to roll lore again, so let's roll.
Okay. Yeah, since you do recognize these runes.
Haha.
You probably don't want to tell Ale and Stormweaver what this is. This is an arrow of dragon slaying, or a dagger of dragon slaying.
Oh.
Ooh.
Would Winnie recognize it as well? with the
Probably
runes?
not, because fairies avoided all that unpleasant dwarvish nonsense
Mm-hmm.
when they started treating with demons and making rune weapons.
Okay. Aaron will keep it just in case, but just not say anything to Stormweaver Al.
Wow, cute little cat boy keeping horrible secrets now.
Not keeping the secrets. If they ask you, they'll tell. But if not, no harm done.
All right, so, whew, so you are in this room, and Winnie, you do recognize what this statue is. It is a statue of the old one, Netosa, the hungering darkness.
Okay.
Something that would probably give Cthulhu nightmares.
All right. So yeah, so I look at them and I tell them, well, we know where the spider came from, and possibly maybe even was getting his powers from. This is the statue of Natosha.
Netosa.
Is that what you said? Netosa.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very bad darkness. Hungering darkness. Demon, goddess, what is it? I'm sorry.
It's an old one. It's like
old one. That's right, old one. Yeah.
A genderless, horrible thing that lived on the misery of other races.
Okay, so this is going to be one of the ones back from the beginning.
Yeah.
With the from the Ancient War. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's an old one. I thought that all relics of their existence were gone, never to be seen again. So this is something very bad, very bad.
Okay. All right, so you hear the cries of children in the distance from another chamber.
Of course, Stormweaver goes that way. He's still, panting with adrenaline and also caffeine.
And he's apparently following Ale because Ale was already on that way.
All right,
Yeah,
so I guess everybody's going in there?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
All right. When you head in there, you see children in cages, and it seems like someone hastily packed and left. There are 5 kids in cages, and they're all like, let us out, please. The bull lady's gone, please, let us out.
The bull lady?
They mentioned a minotaur.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Ale's already looking at all the cages, trying to figure out how to open them.
So are they locked or...
Can I use my burglary skill to unlock the cages?
You don't even have to roll. You have a skeleton key, and pretty much...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Click. Actually, what Winnie does with the key is weird. She just holds it, and the little skull on the end of it glows, and all the doors unlock.
That key is so cool.
Now, what kind of skull is it? I mean, is it a real skull? Just carved like a skull?
It's a carved likeness, you hope. It could have been a skull that's been shrunk down. It's really hard to tell with magical items.
Or is it a pixie skull?
Or is it very draconically offensive?
It's not... it's a humanoid skull, just shrunk down. So it's not draconically offensive, unlike certain daggers.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh look, it's the weapon to murder my grandpa. Thanks.
My grand dragon. Thanks a lot for that.
So yeah, I'd say Winnie actually was going to try to convince Aaron to give her the dagger.
You could.
I can do that at another time, possibly when we get back to the...
All right, so you escort the children safely back to their homes.
Ale's checking for injuries and illnesses.
Ale, you heal them and you help them. You don't need to roll for it because this is really just what you're great at. They are returned none the worse for wear. You make sure they get food and water. And so when you return to the inn, we have a moment in which Aaron and Winnie can talk.
Oh, okay.
So Winnie, what do you want to say?
Yeah. So, question. I saw something on your face whenever you were picking up those scrolls and another item.
Oh, yeah.
What did you recognize? Because I saw something come over your face.
Well, so the dagger, it was, it's a thing to like slay, or yeah, it was a thing to like slay dragons and dragonoids and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought I would have it just in case.
I was trying to see. I was trying to decide if I want to use my rapport. Can I use? Would it be rapport or would it be?
It would be rapport, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna roll rapport to see if I can convince
All right.
Aaron.
So Aaron, I'm gonna roll for you to resist.
In case of what are you keeping it for?
In case our dragonoid friends need a poke.
Guys, it's other
Yeah, I mean.
Well, okay. All right. So Aaron, Winnie has made a good case for her keeping it. Do you really want to give it to her?
Wait, what case did she make?
Yeah, I have
basically
this.
she got
it's
plus
a
2
bag of
rapport.
holding. Yeah,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
have
she got a bag of holdings.
holdings. It will be safe there. No one can find it. Only no one will know about it other than you and me.
And if the dragonoids don't see it, and you have tried to keep it secret, they won't get mad at you for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I'll give it to you. And then they like take it out. And,
As you start to hand the dagger over, the dagger says, "Don't give me to her. Let me stay with you."
Okay.
It's speaking in your mind.
Okay, Aaron, where's all that confidence at?
Winnie, I got some bad news.
Okay.
To keep it.
I thought we just agreed that we were gonna that I was gonna hold it.
Things changed. What has happened is that it basically just told me through my mind to keep it.
Would I? Because I know I don't recognize the dagger, other than it's obviously something that's like a magical item that I can sense.
All right, Winnie, I will tell you. There are 3 things you know about these rune weapons. 1, they're all intelligent. 2, they're very powerful. And 3, kings have been known to sell their kingdoms to own one.
And 4, they talk to little cat people.
I want to roll another rapport roll to try to talk some sense into Aaron.
Okay, so now you're actually saying this thing's talking in your head. You really probably don't want to have that.
Exactly. Do you really think that this thing talking in your head is a good thing? Pretty much. So.
All right. So Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron is like, this is a great idea. I need this. It's my precious.
Okay. Then Aaron Okay, so how Aaron's gonna be, it's gonna be like, well, you see, it talked to me, not you, therefore it's mine.
Damn.
Okay, 5-year-old. How old are you?
He's like 25.
Okay. I'll let it go for now.
All
Let
right.
it go forever.
All right. So what we can do is we're going to reach this. This will be a nice stopping point for now, as you all rest at the inn. Something I would like to propose, Winnie, is possibly you could give the aspect. You could change an aspect, especially since this is a minor point. You could change it to be something like I don't trust Aaron and that dagger.
Ale's gonna
Okay,
wake up
yeah,
with a cat trying
so-
to stab him.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll take the. So get rid of the non-humans have no shame.
Which you just saw tonight.
Yeah, which.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Same one too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then what did you say? I don't trust Aaron and the dagger.
Oh, Tina,
Yeah.
I got something to talk to you about when it comes to this whole like 180 change of Aaron's personality here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Aaron's not gonna remember this like at all in the morning because they were so focused on the whole magic thing and stuff that like when they start acting this way, it's almost as if, you know, they just forget who they were and do what they do, and then it's like a whole different like personality, I guess, in a way.
Nice.
Once it all calms down, so it doesn't remember any of this, except for the fact that they went and found the whatchamacallit, the boogeyman. That's all they will remember.
At this point, Ael's gonna have to look in his contacts and see if any of you, if he could find any of his friends who own psych wards for all the people with multiple personality disorder in this group.
Okay. It's not an actual multi-personality disorder. It can be mistake as one, but it's not. Just it gets worked up too much, okay?
Joy, it's basically how Jimber gets when he sees shiny things.
I know.
Shiny? Oh, sorry.
It was a joke.
And so what I was going to say for Winnie is after Aaron goes to bed, she was going to try to break in and see if she could steal the dagger.
All right, we'll do that in a second. So, Aaron, I'm going to recommend possibly replacing Agroth isn't so bad with what do you call this? Like strange mania for magic?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that would be good. Like,
Magimania.
yeah.
I'm going to say magic mania. I
Okay.
think
Or a
That's
magical
good.
mania. That sounds nice.
All right, so Winnie, you're attempting to break in.
Yes, why
Roll
not?
your stealth. Okay. Once you get in, you get there, you get close to the dagger, and you feel ill when you look at the weapon. And I need you to make an empathy roll to resist. You managed to resist it, but the dagger itself mentally assaulted you.
Dang.
It has a powerful psionic ability that you are not familiar with.
So,
But you do escape with your sanity.
yeah, I was just gonna say I will go ahead and quietly retreat and go back to my room and try to clear my head.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be interesting. All right. So anybody else wants to change an aspect or anything, they can. If you want to change over a stunt, you can. Next time when you get underway at the end of next session, it'll be a major milestone, so you'll be able to add another stunt or magic.
Okay.
Oh, I have a list.
Yeah, you
figured
do.
you did.
You have a big list.
I have a really big list, yeah.
Well, what's so great is Stormweaver is just so awesomely built for fighting. Well, actually, Stormweaver is built to tank things, and Sarix is built to blast things into oblivion before they can blink.
And then Ale's just support.
Well,
Yeah,
you
I mean-
blinded the stinking thing so well that it never recovered.
He's support. He would have healed people if anyone took any injuries, but
Sarix hasn't even used her detective skills yet, so she's been doing more combat.
oh, that's
And
what
anything
Ale
that
could be doing before everyone goes to bed. He's going over at everyone and checking on them, make sure that they're fine from that fight. So he just,
Aw.
Oh.
I mean, the thing didn't touch them, but
I know it didn't, but you got to be sure. You know, it'd be really strange for all of them, considering Ale is unnerved by half of them. So
Doesn't the dragon kind have some kind of Hippocratic? That's kind of
that doesn't mean he doesn't have his own emotions and how he feels. He's still gonna do his job.
It'd probably be good to check on Aaron anyways because of the magic thing that happened where, barely
Well,
blocked it.
I went. Something went through my mind of Winnie sneaking out of Aaron's room and then
That's what I
running
was
right
about to
into his
say.
chest and just like, oh, hi.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Does Ale run into Winnie?
If you want him to, yes, go for it.
Yeah, sure, why not?
What were you doing in there?
Oh, sorry. I was just checking on Aaron. Wanted to make sure that he was asleep, everything was okay, and he's soundly asleep, and got to keep an eye on him.
Well, I was just about to go do the same.
Ah.
What about you? Are you doing okay?
Oh
That
yeah,
fight
I'm
was
fine.
pretty
I'm good.
strenuous. Okay.
No, I'm good. Other than just a little unnerved by it, but in this whole thing, but
Is he asleep in there?
yes, very peacefully asleep. So I wouldn't disturb him.
Of course. Well, you have a good night.
You too.
She seems really on edge.
he monologues.
Okay.
Ale does have a stunt that says read you like a book, so I get like a +2 to empathy rolls to read someone's emotions and know that they're upset or something.
You might
but
want to actually make a roll then.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna
she was
do-
upset.
I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like doing
You don't
that,
need to
though.
roll. You can tell Winnie was upset. Winnie, you did have a pretty nasty psychic attack.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I was gonna ask, is there a way for us to be able to send messages? Because I would like to send a message back to. Why can I
Illyrio?
never remember?
Illyrial.
Yes, Illyrial. Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can, in fact. So we will deal with that next time.
Okay.
All right. So Ale, you've gone in. You're looking at young Aaron.
Did he go in, or did they all go back to his
Oh,
room?
did you go in? I was asking.
Yeah, he didn't. When he said that, oh yeah, he's asleep. He's sound asleep, but she was like so all over the place that he was just like, I don't believe that, and walked into the room after she disappeared. And he kind of like walks over and like gently like sits on the bed and like moves Aaron's hair out of his face and looks at him, make sure he's okay, make sure there's like no irregular breathing of whatnot, or anything that could be deemed bad?
He seems to be sleeping peacefully. He is clutching that dagger he found.
Which wasn't in his hands a few minutes ago.
Yeah, literally after you left, it moved into his hand.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ale's eyes are kind of wide, and he just quickly stands up and like just slowly walks out of the room and shuts the door.
You would have to make a lore roll to recognize this dagger.
All right. Lore.
Yay!
Excellent.
Aha.
All right.
I win.
Why'd you say that directly in my
Listen to
ear?
me.
Because he can.
You know this thing's name.
Ooh.
Oh no.
The dagger is called, and it was something that used to scare you as children with. The dagger is called Lyton the Ravenous.
Okay.
So what are the legends on that one?
It hungers for the blood of dragonkind.
Anything about like controlling people's minds?
It's a rune weapon. Every nation that's old enough to remember anything about them knows that these things are awful and terrifying.
So, like, could he like try to like take it out of Aaron's hand or something, or
I don't know if he should try to touch it.
Try.
it's gonna mentally attack me?
You do have something for that, though.
Yeah, I have will, don't I?
Yeah, you have like a stunt for that.
I don't have a stunt for it. I just have a really high will.
No, you have
Hey, do whatever you like.
Actually, I think you took that off this morning.
Yeah, I took it off for Plague Hunter.
Well, you did have a stunt for that.
Anyway, what would I roll for that if I go to grab it?
Probably will.
Burglary.
Oh, I don't have what, so.
It would. Yeah, well, you're gonna wake Aaron up if you fail.
Right. Yeah, he has an idea of what that is. He's not really wanting to make a scene. He's unnerved by Aaron, considering his history with Aaron's kind,
Or at least something like it.
He's already been unnerved more so by Aaron's behavior today, seeming to be very happy with using his powers and whatnot. So now he's seen this, and so now he's kind of just rethinking his position on this trip, and so he just casually like walks out of the room and shuts the door. He'll talk with him about it later, if there ever comes a time for it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Goodness.
But he will clearly not tell Stormweaver, because Stormweaver is not as tactful as he is.
He's really not.
He'll barge back into that room and wake the poor cat up.
I don't know about that, no. He'd probably, like, confront him about it in the morning when they wake up.
What is with the dagger? Anyway.
All right. I believe that's it for this evening.
That was a very interesting session.
I loved that.
It was.
Awesome.
I was not quite planning on you falling quite so in love with magic, but I was like, hey, I've got an evil spider, and what do these evil spiders usually have? And so I rolled for it, and there you are.
Oh, this is perfect. Like, I'm so glad I was able to do that. Honestly, because I was like thinking about it all week. I was like, well, I know where I want, so that I don't have to be all shy the whole time.
Well, this'll do it.
I like how
rune
like,
weapons in fantasy literature are terrifying.
I like how so most of us have like kind of, I guess you could call it not a fatal flaw, but like a big one that keeps popping up. Like for Aaron, it's the mania when it comes to magic. For Stormweaver, it's it's the electric discharges.
Mhm.
For Winnie, it's her past of wronging people. And
Keeps coming back to haunt her.
Yep. I don't know about Ale and Sykes though.
Ale is just unnerved. I mean, he has to work with the person that, bashed people's heads in to get him business. So, he's... I mean,
Yeah, but that's not like a personal flaw that he can't control.
Ale will always try to save people.
That's true.
Yep. Even if emotionally he's not sure how he feels about them, like with Aaron and Sarex, like he's not very comfortable with them, but obviously he saw Aaron in trouble along with Winnie, and saw Sarex running after Stormweaver, and was just like, oh shit, gotta do something. He's way too kind-hearted.
I have a pretty good backstory for Sarah. Their negativity. So I'm going to savor it.
Yes. Well, don't worry. Once I get you interacting with some of your former colleagues, hearing about the strange goings on back home in Chrysalis, things will be interesting.
Oh, they definitely will.
I'm actually really curious on a stunt that we have. Like we have a list of stunts that we'll keep with us for when we can add more stunts to our list. And I'm really curious. There are two of them that I saw, and I was really curious about this because an article of Ale's outfit is that he always has his his medical tools on like a little pouch on his side that he can reach, like if he needs to do a quick surgery or just dress a wound or something. And there's one that says anything can be made a weapon with him, and I'm very curious to see, like, when you say that we go to that big mild thing where we can add another stunt. It's really curious that I would that would probably be a thing, because he's supposed to be like a healer primarily, more of a support, but I mean, I just feel bad for him. Like, I feel like he wouldn't be able to defend himself all that well if all goes wrong. So
I found this stunt. It's called personalized weaponry engineering. Clever engineering can compensate for the lack of combat skill. Pick a broad category of weapons, such as swords, polearms, crossbows, etc. When you wield a weapon of this sort that you have created yourself, you may attack with crafts instead of fight.
For melee weapons, or shoot for ranged weapons.
So, he has, this, needles, basically, surgical needles. Well, not surgical, but,
But one of his tools is also a scalpel, and I saw him, you could stab with the scalpel or something. Right in the jugular.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can use a scalpel all like Dark Souls or Bloodborne style with a Plague Doctor mask on. Just be kind of scary and cutting people with surgical tools. That's fine.
That sounds terrifying. Honestly, that sounds like a straight up horror game.
Well, as we saw today, Ale is not just a pretty face that heals people. He actually can do stuff to help out. He's not just there to heal you or check on you or whatever.
He could do magic. I knew that he could hurt people.
But there it was just, I just for some reason had some weird idea of him just running at someone and taking out their Achilles tendon with a scalpel or something.
I tell you what, you could use your lore for medicine as an attack. We could make the stunt reverse medicine.
Ooh.
Oh.
In other words, it lets you use your lore to do surgical strikes at someone.
Nice.
I will type that down. What was it? Reverse medicine?
Yeah, reverse medicine.
So not only am I good at fixing things, I can destroy them too.
If you know how to put it together, you can take it apart.
So can you describe it for me again so I can type it correctly?
Basically, you would just use your use lore in place of fight.
I'll probably add more details to that later, just like an example.
Yeah, sure. Like I know how to, like he said, cut someone's Achilles tendon.
Mhm.
All right, everybody, that is it for me tonight.
Can I ask one quick
Yes,
thing?
ask
before you
away.
go?
Yes, Josh.
Because Jory brought this up, I think it was last week, and it's how Sarex's sword works, and I'm not entirely sure how it works either. I have a basic idea, but I'm not sure.
Basically, what it is since it's a crystal sword that basically fires a bolt of energy, what it was changeling wizards make them. They're manufactured, and like the energy bolt spell, like Aaron used. It's basically just programmed into the crystal matrix of the weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
When in the picture of Sarex I drew, I basically just put a gem at on the hilt of the sword at the very end, on the pommel.
Yeah.
And then of course the blade itself, I'm sure, is made out of crystal too. So
Yes.
right.
It will be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'd imagine it looks like the Skyrim. If you've seen that, I'm sure you've seen it, Scott.
Wait, it looks like the what now?
The glass sword from Skyrim.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, that's
All right.
exactly what I think of too. Yay!
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was picturing.
All right, guys. I will talk to you all next time. Take care.
Yes, it's
Bye-bye.
fun.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Now.
Good night.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off soon, so bye.